I have very happy news for you. All the work's over. All the efforting is completely ended. The natural state of human beings is totally pure, love-filled, filled with wisdom, and filled with tremendous energy to be of benefit to oneself and others. So that's the natural state. It's what we are. It does not require any effort whatsoever to accomplish that, as it's already present. So if we make an effort to accomplish that through trying to exhaust our faults and perfect our qualities, we're always looking away from that which we are. Who we are is already here. It's already present, and it's all that we are. We've never been made into anything other than that. Within total primordial purity, there has never been impurity. So if we're attempting to purify what's already pure, we're involved in a hopeless task. So, many of us learn this from the time we're born, that we need to have more positive thoughts, have more positive emotions, and have less negative emotions, have less negative thoughts, and have less negative experiences. So we spend our whole life using all of our energy to try to rearrange those appearances of thoughts, emotions, and experiences in order to make them into pleasant experiences or worthwhile experiences or appearances, or to feel good about ourselves in relation to others in the world we live in. Now, just because this is what we've learned, it doesn't mean that that's the way it is. So basically, what we learn to do with what appears is to either indulge it, whether it's our thoughts, emotions, or experiences, to avoid it, or to replace it with something else. Those are the three things we learn. However, today we're here to talk about another approach that has been part of humankind throughout its history, and that is simply to get acquainted with the natural purity of our being. The natural purity of our being, our connection with that is awareness. The awareness by which we know we are. That's our natural connection with total love, total wisdom, total purity, total well-being, total excellence in our lives in terms of our strengths, gifts, and talents, and the total ability and capacity to benefit ourselves and others with that. So it's our awareness alone that is the resource bank, so to speak, of that. There's no other resource. There's nothing to be accomplished. If we're trying to accomplish it by looking away from that, then we're always one step away, no matter how much we do. But if we just get acquainted with that awareness, bare and naked as it is, then what we find in that is that all of these faults we believe we have, that they are transmuted in wisdom. If we look at something as a fault, it is a fault. But when it appears, if we rest as awareness, if we just allow the natural awareness that's absolutely obvious, fully evident, and certain at all times to be as it is, then we see that whatever we think of, whether it's a fault or anything else, whatever emotion we have, whatever experience we have, it appears in, of, as, and through awareness and nothing else. And that is the transmutation of appearances in wisdom. Wisdom and awareness are equal. Wisdom, love, and awareness are equal. Wisdom, love, awareness, and tremendous energy for great benefit are equal. They do not lie in cause and effect relationships. As awareness is entirely uncaused, everything that appears is awareness and is also uncaused. So the idea that there is cause and effect is just an appearance. It's simply an appearance. And if we attempt to affect our thoughts, emotions, and experiences through different causes, either indulging them, avoiding them, or replacing them with something else, then we're living in an entirely make-believe world. It may be made more pleasant, and we may neutralize certain appearances in some sense of negative thoughts and emotions if we either avoid them or replace them with something else. But we will never transmute them in timeless wisdom through that approach. It will never happen. It can absolutely never happen. So from flawless awareness, when we see all as flawless awareness, all becomes flawless awareness more and more, no matter how long we live. The only freedom there is, so to speak, is the freedom of complete perceptual openness in all experience. And that complete perceptual openness is timeless awareness itself. And our connection with it is the awareness that we are and nothing else. We've never been anything other than awareness. We've never been made into anything other than awareness. And what we are is so beyond labeling words or descriptions that there's no way to get there. We can slightly understand through words and descriptions, but we can never really realize who we are through words and descriptions. Actually, there's nothing at all that needs to be done. There truly is nothing that needs to be done. There's no seeking that needs to be sought. There are no descriptive efforts that need to be made. In fact, if you just kept coming here or listening to the free downloads on the internet and reading the teachings and did nothing else, absolute certainty would dawn in you that this is who you are, because you already are who you are. It's just that we so rarely hear in a very direct way who we are that everybody misses the boat, so to speak. And the boat is already here. It's never been anywhere else. We're not someone headed to a destination of complete openness, wisdom, love, freedom, excellence in all we do. Well, we're not someone heading to the destination of that. We already are that. And whether or not there's anyone heading there, well, who cares? When we just get familiar with who we are, all these philosophical questions and inquiries are answered forever, just in the immediacy of our own being. So just that, allowing certainty to dawn within you simply by exposure to what's true about yourself, is the most unerring instruction that can be given. And if that's something you feel you can't have trust in, just that certainty that it will come about without you doing anything, then rest is awareness for short moments, repeated many times until it becomes automatic, just in an uncontrived way. And what that means is that when an appearance comes up, rather than getting involved in seeking something in the appearance or describing something about it, to just allow the ease of awareness as it is to be the case, as it already is the case. And in that, you will see in a very definitive fashion that awareness has complete mastery over appearances, no matter what they are, no matter how afflictive they are, and whether they seem to be inner or whether they seem to be outer. Awareness has complete mastery over all appearances. And this is guaranteed, it's absolutely guaranteed. There's no one anywhere who can say, I'm not aware. There's not a single human being who can say, I'm not aware. So this is a message anyone can understand. It doesn't matter who they are. And this message, it's not tied to any kind of conventional systems or organizations or institutions, we can't really say that it's anything, as it's completely inexpressible and cannot be described in any way. There's no way to say what it is. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we cannot say it's religious. We can't say it's spiritual. We can't say it's philosophical or psychological or anything else. Once we say it's one of those things, then we've sort of entered a trap. What we could say, if we wanted to talk about it in a simple human way, is that this is what human beings are, everyone. And it doesn't need to be locked up in categories or authority structures or institutions.